What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video guys, I have several very interesting news. First of all, I will show you that the main goal of wrongdoers is to make this type of conditions in which we as a retail community will fight each other. And I will show you how they are trying to do so, and I will show you what should we do in order to avoid this obstacle. On top of that, I will show you my thoughts and I think that potentially inside each and every authorities we have allies and we have an enemies. And I will show you this theory. I will try to prove this theory by showing you a couple of documents that might be very important for the retail community in general. And at the end of this video, I will share my personal story. That is why please watch this video till the very end, because it is very important for me personally. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and hit the like button for me personally. It takes me more than 4 hours on a daily basis to make these videos, and that is why I want to exchange a split of a second of your time for more than 4 hours of my hard work. That is why, guys, just click the like button. So, I want to begin my today's video with the answer for Mark Basil's yesterday's tweet. And Mark Basil wrote this tweet and I covered it in my yesterday's video. And he was talking about the problems that are happening inside our community. Some of our community members are trying to attack another community members, and this leads us to the huge problems that our efforts are spreading on the different topics that shouldn't even be on the table right now. But we have to unite and we shouldn't fight each other. And let me show you this answer that was written by a killer from above. He wrote, "Nice, I totally agree with you. I think that the shorts are paying their shields to cause in fighting to get people to give up. Just keep your eyes on the price. Everyone, please do not fight the same people who were wronged with you. Remember who your real enemy is." And guys, I have nothing to add to this statement. We have to fight against our enemies, not against our allies. And let me show you a quite interesting update, the next news for today's video. It is the What's Bugging Me podcast from Dennis Neal, and just a couple of days ago he released a new episode of this podcast where he explained in details the connections between all the retail cases like GME, AMC, appearance of Roaring Kitty, David Nunes DJT case and MMTLP case as well. And I have to say that these connections was explained perfectly well, and it is a seamless connections in between these cases. That is why, guys, I highly encourage you to hear this podcast and to give a huge shout out to Dennis Neal himself. So, let me show you another news, and I have to say that in my opinion, we have in each and every authority, we have allies and we have an enemies. Let me show you this tweet that was published by FINRA 15 hours ago. The Board of Governors approved FINRA's 2023 annual financial report, appointed new members to advisory committees, and here's latest on FINRA's Advanced Analytics Strategic Initiative. Learn more on this link. And RareDD answered to this tweet 9 hours ago. He wrote, "Which advisory committees? Is Ari Rubinstein still in your market surveillance advisory group? Isn't it problematic that Rubinstein's Modern Markets Initiative utilized their technology as members of FINRA's Market Surveillance Advisory Group, Ari Rubinstein and GTS Securities and Adam Nunes Hudson River Trading, to help FINRA identify HFT firms that were engaged in manipulation? But at the same time, GTS Securities was involved in long-term market manipulation. Why didn't their technology also sniff out their own manipulation? Why did FINRA blindly trust them? See broker check for the GTS disclosures initiated by the New York Stock Exchange. And guys, we know that a lot of market makers were connected with authorities, and Rare DD showed this perfectly well in his investigation, in his due diligence. And guys, this type of news from FINRA, in my opinion, is just a smoke and mirrors in order to show us that they are trying to work. But at the same time, guys, why I think inside each and every authority we have allies and enemies. At the same time, we have very important and potentially useful cases and useful documents that might be implemented in upcoming months, I guess. Financial Service GOP wrote this just a couple of days ago on May 16. And they wrote, new Chairman Patrick McHenry is leading a bipartisan bicameral letter alongside Representative Maxine Waters, Mike Crapo, and Mark Warner to federal financial regulators, urging their timely implementation of the Federal Data Transparency Act. And guys, this document is very important because it basically brings a transparency on the market, and some of market makers and hedge funds who are performing an illegal activity on the market, they are trying to push this document down. And let me quote you and let me show you in details these screenshots. Let me quote you some key points inside the document. The chairman of the House Financial Service Committee, Patrick McHenry, ranking member Maxine Waters, U.S. Senator Mike Crapo, and U.S. Senator Mark Warner sent a letter to federal financial regulators urging them to implement their respective obligations under the Financial Data Transparency Act, as directed by the National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2023 in the timeline set forth by the FDTA. The lawmakers emphasize how doing so will improve the accessibility, uniformity, and usefulness of federal financial data for the public and facilitate the use of advanced technologies like artificial intelligence. This will lead to increased transparency and greater market efficiencies. Read lawmakers' letter to regulators here or below. Here's some direct speeches. We write regarding your respective agencies' obligations under the Financial Data Transparency Act, enacted as Title 58 of the James Info National Defense Authorization Act for fiscal year 2023, and to urge you to finalize your rulemakings in the timeline set forth by the FDTA. Implementing the FDTA as required by Congress will alleviate regulatory reporting burdens and will improve the accessibility, uniformity, and usefulness of federal financial data for the public. Adopting open source data standards, common identifiers, while at the same time implementing features like machine readability, search capability, and interoperability across financial regulators will be a major step towards harmonizing regulatory reporting. It will also improve the collection and dissemination of federal financial data. This will spur innovation and facilitate the responsible use of technology to fully utilize the publicly available data your agencies publish. Recent technological developments further necessitate your agency's full implementation of the FDTA. Private sector market participants, academics, and individuals using advanced technologies such as artificial intelligence are already able to analyze government documents and generate insights without the need for manual data entry. Publishing machine-readable data in a consistent format will facilitate the use of these technologies, leading to increased transparency and greater market efficiencies. And guys, this is the crucial point of this document, because the implementation of this Act, of this Financial Data Transparency Act, will drastically improve the conditions of the market. And definitely some companies don't want to have this act as the ruling. That is why they try to push it down. But at the same time, guys, this means that a lot of people in different committees and in authorities basically are working in our favor, in the retail community's favor. And that is why we have to unite not only with the retail community members, but with the people from Congress who are trying to help us. And believe me, We have a lot of connections with these people, and our headliners are doing their best in order to achieve this goal. So, on top of that, guys, let me show you a quite interesting document that was just published again a couple of days ago. Thomas Massey, Representative Thomas Massey, wrote this. I just introduced and the Fed, the Federal Reserve Board Abolition Act HR 8421. Americans would be better off if the Federal Reserve did not exist. The Fed devalues our currency by monetizing the debt, causing inflation. And this is, I think, a real bombshell that is directly related to the entire US economy. And for those of you who don't know, especially for people who lives abroad, the United States, probably you don't know, but the Federal Reserve is the banking system, and it is the most powerful economic institution in the United States, or perhaps in the entire world. Its core responsibilities include setting interest rates, managing the money supply, and regulating financial markets. And guys, in general, it is quite a common definition of the central bank. But let me show you this. If you try to search who owns the 12 Federal Reserve banks, the answer will be following. Federal Reserve Bank stock is owned by banks, never by individuals. Federal law requires national banks to be members of the Federal Reserve system and to own a specified amount of the stock of the Federal Bank in the Federal Reserve District, where they are located. And this means Federal Reserve Bank belongs to the banking system, and banking system in the United States is a private system. It doesn't belong to the government. And in this case, Federal Reserve is nothing else but a private company that do whatever they want. And if they want to print more money, they do it. If they don't want to print, they do a completely opposite. And guys, without this type of institution, definitely United States could be much more transparent in their monetary policy, and this might also lead to quite different outcome for the stock market. That is why we have basically a set of documents that were disclosed just recently, and these documents might drastically change the entire ecosystem of the US economy. That is why, guys, I think we are living in quite interesting times, and we have to keep an eye on this news as well. So, let me show you another update from Curtis. Curtis wrote this tweet 20 hours ago in response to the Ann Wagner tweet that she posted on May 16th. And she wrote, I just spoke at our markup on HR 4551 legislation that prevents the SEC from requiring an exchange, a National Securities Association, or a member of such an exchange or association to provide personally identifiable information with respect to individuals or reportable event. And guys, it is quite interesting, but the Transparency Act might be pushed down via the implementation of so-called security reasons. And this act, on the opinion of the wrongdoers, might drastically affect the disclosure of sensitive information of retail investors. But guys, let me show you again the tweet that was published by Curtis in response to this statement. 20 hours ago, he wrote, your former colleague and CEO of TMTG, David News, feels otherwise. DJT has been attacked, likely by synthetic short selling, and the information provided in the consolidated audit trail is integral to revealing the manipulation in near real time. He is requesting this data in a letter pinned to 4 congressional chairmen, including your very own HFSC Financial Committee. Retail investors don't require protection of our data. It's already provided to CD broker-dealers. But we do need protection from these firms that David Nunes listed. And he refers to the latest letter that was published by David Nunes, where he mentioned several companies which might be involved in the process of naked shorting DJT shares and other shares as well. And you all know the majority of these names: Citadel Securities, Virtu Americas, G1 Execution Service, Jane Street Capital, and other companies that potentially might be involved in this illegal activity. And guys, it is time to act, and it is not time to fight against our brothers in the retail community. We have to unite, and we have to push our major case forward. We, as a retail community, not only MMTLP community, but as a retail community, is a huge power. And for now, in my opinion, we are the most powerful that we've ever been. That is why a lot of wrongdoers are scared to death because of this activity, and they are trying to do their best. They are trying to use their mind-boggling amounts of money to push our cases down. But at the same time, we have a lot of allies, very powerful allies in each and every committee in the Congress. We have very knowledgeable attorneys, and I think we will win this battle in the foreseeable future. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack.